So welcome again, class, and this time we want to look at question 4, still for the DEC 2021 sitting. Question 4, DEC 2021 sitting. So the question goes like this: identify the strategies that may be used to enhance the relationship between human resource staff and line managers. Strategies that may be used to enhance the relationship between human resource staff and the line managers. Line managers are the managers in the various departments in an organization, like the accounting, the marketing, the customer service, production, operations. Those are line managers, and they are in the various departments of the organization. And then, of course, we have the human resource department. So you realize that in their departments, in their various departments, they use people. And these people are basically, they fall under the human resource department. And that's how the two will relate. So the line managers have an influence on the staff who are within their departments. The human resource, of course, are in charge of the people resource in the organization. So how should they relate? What are some of the strategies that they can use so that they have good relationships amongst themselves? Strategies are the ploys or the tactics that will be used. So let's look at some of the strategies that they will use. Number one, there is need to have open communication and collaboration amongst themselves, so that anything that the human resource does that concerns the staff of the various line managers, they should always talk and discuss, and discuss and agree. It should not be an issue of these are my people, so we are pulling and pushing. No, there should always be a consensus. There should always be open room for conversations and agreement. And they should appear to be working together. That is the collaboration. They should basically work together. After all, it is for the overall goal of the achievement of the company. So there should be unity of purpose, and this unity of purpose will ensure collaboration. Then number two, the other strategy is, of course, open communication will involve the whole of that process up to feedback mechanism. There should be feedback. Then the other thing is job enrichment and enlargement. And this should basically be a strategy that should be used by the human resource department towards the line managers. They should allow the line managers to do most of the stuff on their behalf, and possibly allow themselves to carry out the support, like the advisory role. But most of these other stuff, they can, push them to the line managers, so that the line managers will be now in control of, their department extensively. But of course, run to them for managerial support, for professional advice on how to do all those things. So this in itself is a motivator. It's a motivator, and it helps grow the line managers so that they become wholesome. So it's a good thing, and it's a strategy that the human resource managers can use to basically motivate the line managers and achieve most out of that. There should also be synergy in planning. When planning for the staff and any planning that will involve people resources, the two parties, the line managers and the human resource managers, should come together and plan together. Remember, planning is preempting the future. Planning is predetermining what is to be done in the future. It's very important that the two heads sit together and agree on what affects matters of common interest together. So synergy in planning will help get rid of these possible conflicts, possible disagreements, disputes among the two parties. Those ones will be unheard of if they plan together. And that is one of the strategies that can be used. Continuous meetings or periodical meetings. Possibly this will be an avenue again for open communication, but very important, so that they can always put their heads together. And then, of course, we have support. This is professional support and guidance. And basically this should be a strategy by the HR professionals towards the line managers, that the HR professionals should always be there to support and actually it can be the two-way round, because the line managers, for example, accountants also support the HR by advising them on the compliance and how compliance issues, money matters, all those things. But I think we can just put it as a strategy that can enhance the relationship. When we talk about professional guidance, there should always be professional guidance and support, because what the other party knows, this other party doesn't know. And of course, we should improve on teamwork. And this calls for bonding sessions. Can we go bond? Can we break the barriers so that people see themselves as friends? They need to be friends. Formal friends. You should get that friendship. And teamwork, bonding exercises, these are strategies that can help bring these people together so that their relationship becomes strong. And of course, it's through bonding that we can achieve these things like open communication. Otherwise, open communication will become just a mirage. We will be talking about it, but it will not be there. And of course, we'll also talk about training, especially on people management, so that the line managers also get to know how to manage people. And by doing that, we will not have a lot of conflicts between the HR and the line managers, because they will be talking the same language. So we can talk about a lot of training that will now make these heads at least reason the same way. Otherwise, sometimes the HR will be trying to pump some sense into this line manager, but the line manager thinks that the HR is wrong. Yet the HR has some school of thought that is guiding his argument. So it's very important that we have that exposure to all the line staff and the human resource staff, so that they can now start thinking professionally, objectively. And when we talk about objective thinking, chances are very high that the two will always agree, because whatever it is that they are thinking is supported by some facts which have been proven. You see, so that improves their bond, because if they can agree on some facts, or they can argue based on facts that have been proven, it becomes a kind of very informed argument, which of course has a greater benefit as opposed to just an argument that is based on nothing that is tangible. So these are just some of the strategies. Of course, there are so many strategies, but we can just work with this. Just pick any 5 and we'll be good to go. Let me see if there's anything else. Of course, we have incentives. Incentives are there. Management by objectives. Yeah, we can talk of objectives. Being clear to the goals, unity of purpose. Management by objectives, where you, but these ones are, I think these ones will be good. Training, so that you talk the same language. Teamwork, professional support and guidance, continuous meetings, synergy in planning, job enrichment and enlargement for motivation, and open communication and collaboration. Let's look at B, part B of that question. Part B of this question is justify the use of performance appraisal by an organization. Why is performance appraisal important in an organization? Performance appraisal is a motivator. It is a motivator. Whether you are a dismal performer or a serious performer, it is a motivator. If you have performed dismally, it motivates you to perform better. If you have performed better, it motivates you to aim even higher. Performance appraisal is used in reward determination. reward determination, we need to incentivize and motivate. Basically, to incentivize the outstanding performance, performance which exceed expectations, performance that meets expectation, below performance. So all of them will have a hand in determining the reward that the person will take home. In most cases, when we are talking about an increment, annual increment, it goes with the percentages are different based on your performance level. So performance appraisal will single out your performance level from which now your salaries scale might be adjusted. Then, of course, the other reason for performance appraisal is to improve productivity. We say that what is measured, what can be measured, chances are very high that will be successful, because people will be striving to give the best results. And of course, performance appraisal is also used to bring out the skill gap, which will influence the training. It is performance appraisal that will bring out what really do you, for example, if you have not performed well, where are the problems? So it will help bring out the problems, and those problems have to be solved. And one of the ways of solving the problems, especially if it's skill gap, is training. So performance appraisal goes a long way in determining the training areas that will help improve your performance. It helps you know your, I think let's just talk of know your strength, SWOT. Carry out SWOT analysis. SWOT is know your strengths so that you take advantage of them. Know your weaknesses so that you work on reducing the impact. It helps you also know the opportunities. Appraisal, because in appraisal we talk of the possibilities also. So it helps you know the opportunities that you can tap to improve your performance. And these are some of the things that come in being very important in any organization. And of course, when we talk about promotions also are a result of performance appraisal. If you have outstanding performance, then promotion is likely to come in handy, and that becomes something that is very good. Performance appraisal is also used in planning for the future. How? And talk about the objectives for the organization, goals for the organization. Remember, they need to be smart. One of the variables here is realistic. They need to be realistic. They need to be attainable. Attainable, realistic. So it's only through performance appraisal, where we measure the level of performance, that we can come up with goals which are attainable and realistic. We don't want to just guess. We don't come up with goals just from nowhere. They have to be informed. So performance appraisal will help us make informed judgments or objective judgments when we are preparing the next maybe strategic plan or something like that. What else? Even in resource allocation, performance appraisal is very important. It helps us know where to allocate resources. Of course, we'll allocate resources, huge resources, to the person who does best, who makes best use of the resources. So those are some of the things that will help push the organization to another level. So all these are points. It just depends on how, be an open-minded person and convince, put the point, explain the point. You will be good to go. Thank you. Let's meet in the next question.